Morning, folks. Welcome to the Joey Show. I'm Joey Avery. Sip of the coffee there. You know, I was watching a video the other day, as I do. I'm a modern man. I go on the internet. I watch videos. It's what most of us do. Now, this one was interesting. It was a health influencer. I believe his name is James Smith. I believe he follows me, which means he's a genius. And he is actually quite smart. He debunks a lot of very popular health myths. This is a useful channel in my life because I am prone to health myths because daddy wants a shortcut like anyone else. And he was talking a little bit about electrolytes. I sometimes take the packets. You know, it's nice. I want to be extra hydrated. What's wrong with being extra hydrated and having all the minerals and things that I want so that I can, in case I need to run a marathon, maybe I will. You don't know me, bitch. His essential point was that a lot of us buy these and a lot of people take them in the morning, and the idea is like, you know, you need a little bit more. You need a little bit more health. How about a little more health? You want to focus on your health. And then he kind of went through and explained the concept of supplements being they're supposed to fill gaps in your diet that you're not getting, and the average person is getting far too much salt already. So you're actually supplementing with something you already have too much of that can also make your blood pressure higher and blah, blah, blah. This isn't a podcast about supplements. The point is this. I think a lot of us in this country, I think a lot of my fellow American citizens spend a lot of time and a lot of money buying absolute bullshit. Which isn't to say that all supplements are shit. I take some. I have no idea if they work. I have no idea if they work. I'm just doing them because I feel a pressure to be the best. And then I also am not that most of the time. Now, this is not really, this whole episode is not about the supplement industry. It's really about the media landscape we live in and why we might find ourselves in situations where we're buying and consuming things that not only might not work, but might be counterproductive for us. This happens in terms of supplements. It happens in terms of lifestyle stuff. It happens, obviously, in terms of politics. We are sold bullshit through the guise of entertainment. And then we just take it because we don't fucking have time to run tests on things. Do I look like a man who owns a beaker? I don't have a Bunsen burner. I don't have a lab coat, although I'm wearing a white robe. You might notice we're not in studio today. I'm on the road in Calgary. Sorry this is late. Daddy's been busy. The Netflix Fest. I'll tell you some stories about it. It was a very good time. But we're going to get to the point of this. This guy's very interesting, and he goes through and he just tries to help people make sure that they are using the right things, because guess what? Some supplements do work. Some do. Some help. Kind of depends on what you're missing. But why do we end up, in large part, buying shit that doesn't work? That's kind of the question that I wanted to ask, okay? Because it does seem like there's a lot of bullshit floating around in this country, and maybe every country. I don't know. I am not an expert. I can't speak to what's going on in fucking Sweden right now. I don't know about the Swedish supplement market, and I don't even think that's a good Swedish accent. Oh, Bjorg, come down to the fjord. We're doing a sale on dried fish guts. That's what I imagine is actually happening in the Swedish supplement market. Bjorg, come down to the fjord. We're doing a sale on dried fish guts. It's good for you. It makes your skin tight and your dick big. And now I'm just doing Irish. And what do they do in Ireland? Maybe this is the show. Maybe we just go around and we imagine what supplements people are taking in other countries. Oh, Seamus, come on down. You got to boof a potato with me. You're not getting enough carbohydrates, Seamus. You got to go sit on that potato. You got to put the Yukon Gold straight up your keister, Seamus, or you'll never learn how to fiddle. We all have our own unique supplement markets. In America, it's like, bro, if you don't fucking smash this creatine, you're a bitch. And the funny thing is, that's the one that works. That's the one that works. Now, this same gentleman, he also tested a bunch of like popular creatine gummies. Because creatine is very popular. Creatine is popular because it works. So everyone needs to. So I am right now sitting here. I'm doing a podcast. How much money do I make off this? As everyone who listens to the podcast know, it is negative, including the Patreon. Thank you, patrons, and sign up for the Patreon. Extra episode every week. Patreon.com/Joey Avery. Love you guys the most. But it's negative. At some point, it will be positive. And ideally, at some point, it will make me an absolutely disgusting, rich, wealthy, out-of-touch piece of shit. But ideally not, because I'd like to maintain this connection. The point is, to make money doing what I am currently doing, I need to sell you shit. Okay? And am I? No. Right now, no. I'm just selling you more wisdom on the Patreon. And maybe a hat or a shirt. But that always works. Cover your tits up, you fucking slut. To make this a successful endeavor, to maximize the amount of money that I could make doing this, I need to sell you shit. Now, what type of shit pays the most? A lot of times, bullshit. A lot of times, bullshit. We talked about MLM schemes on last week's episode and how so many of the people who are selling you their idea of I'm an entrepreneur. Don't you want to be an entrepreneur? You could be more like me. They're selling you bullshit because they think you're lost and an idiot. And sometimes we're all lost idiots. That's okay. Doesn't matter where you're at in the season of your life. You might be in your you might be in your dumb bitch era, and that's okay. We stand your dumb bitch era as long as you're being authentically you. But the best stuff that you can sell is basically, like, if you look at the marketplace of what ads people are selling on podcasts, and if you listen to this podcast, you probably listen to a lot of it. It's not all bullshit. Sometimes people are selling you, fucking try this mattress, try this. Sometimes it's helpful shit, but a lot of it's bullshit. A lot of it's bullshit. I mean, right now, the most money that is being spent, I think, in advertisement right now is probably in the gambling sphere. Okay, and we've talked about this sector on the show before, and so my thoughts on it are very clear and very straightforward. The gambling sector has a lot of money to throw at advertising because, one, it's a competitive new space that people are trying to make sure, even if they're burning a ton of money, they become the dominant name in. And so right now, since it's competitive, since it's new, since it's just legal, everyone's fighting tooth and nail. How do we get in front of people? It doesn't matter if we're turning a profit. It just matters that we can fucking throw ourselves in people's faces so that when you think gambling, you think insert X name, and I won't say one out loud because they didn't pay daddy. The other reason they're spending so much money is because the statistics are obscene. If they gain you as a customer, they will take your little bitch ass to the woodshed, smack it with a 2x4, and call it a day. And that's fine if you enjoy that sort of thing. There's nothing wrong with that. If you want to get taken for a dog walk by big gambling and let nerds with machines and algorithms sit back there and just rinse you, while you're trying to just throw a couple shekels on the Miami Dolphins to cover the score. It's fun. You should try. If gambling is fun because it creates a dialogue surrounding sports. It creates. You can go to a guy at the bar and you can be like, "Oh, I'm getting fucking boned today," and now maybe you've made a friend, and maybe that's worth it. What's the LTV? What's the lifetime value of a friend? Who knows? But the reason they're able to throw money at you is because if they get you, they're going to make a shitload of money off of you, selling you a product that sells you a dream. Hey, you could get rich, you could make money, when statistically they know you ain't. Now that information is out there enough at this point. Like I still do gamble. But I do 10, 20 bucks fun, just enough to make a friend at the bar with the knowledge that I will basically essentially pay over the course of a year, maybe $1,000 to a random thing to have a few fun moments over the course of a season. That's the only real appropriate way to pay attention to these things. But not everyone can do that. A lot of you, let's be honest, and this is okay, and it's not your fault. A lot of you are sick, twisted little bitches, and you're going to tweak out. You can't handle it. You get a little taste. You throw 10 on a game. That doesn't get your dick hard. You got to throw 12 on a game. Got to throw 1,200. Got to throw the house. Got to throw the wife. Got to throw the kids. Don't do that. Don't do it. You can't trust the Bears with the mortgage to your house. This shouldn't be earth-shattering, but somehow it is. That's the type of shit that gets sold to you. And in a world where phones have created entertainment everywhere, we're getting our education from everywhere, we're learning about politics from places that are, competing in the entertainment space. The only way to make money in an environment where all the entertainment in the world is thrown at you for free is to sell you shit. And the people with the incentive to sell you shit are usually the people with the worst shit. If I wanted to make money off of a supplement that works, like creatine, I could package one and I could say like Joey Avery's creatine gummies. And like, I don't know, they'd be like shaped. They'd be in the shape of like a dude with a backwards hat drinking a beer. And it'd be like, this fucking creatine gummy makes you not even gay. Eat it at Buffalo Wild Wings. Creatine gummies for the boys. For the boys. And I could sell whatever amount at, maybe like a 200% markup. Because at the end of the day, if you want to get creatine, and again, this isn't a podcast about supplements. This is not financial advice. You should probably just go on Amazon and buy. There's one that's like the gold standard that's like you pay like $30. It lasts you over a month. It's the raw powder. Any good health influencer will tell you just do that. Don't waste your time. But any rich health influencer will tell you don't buy that. Buy mine. And then they'll invent a story where they're like, I tried to take the creatine powder for the longest time and it made me shit my pants. So I created and formulated the newest, most exciting gummy. And the new most exciting, the only gummy that actually tastes good and doesn't actually have sugar, but it has some sweetener that's like from a fucking Amazonian rainforest tribe that's been eating this sweetener for years. And a lot of people say that this sweetener, in addition to not actually being sugar, a lot of people say that this sweetener actually makes you rich. And the gummy makes it so your tummy is fine, and then the sweetener, it actually gives you vision from the Amazonian tribe. And if you can put the Himalayan salt in with the Amazonian tribe sugar, then finally we'll have this supplement. I'm the only one who sells the supplement. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. So it's not just about the supplement industry, is it? It's about everything we're sold. And it's about the economy that we've built that I participate in. When the internet first came out in terms of YouTube and whatever everything, you know the internet. When it first came out, it was like this really interesting thing where, okay, you could put things here, and then it would, like, at first, let's do YouTube, for example. At first, it was like, people were just uploading videos of random shit, Stuff would go viral. That guy was like, I want to get you a chicken sandwich and some waffle fries. Unforgiven, I believe. And he would say stuff like, I went down to the mall, saw this bitch I used to spit to. Just kind of shocking, kind of fun. But like random videos would go viral, and then it was like, what is going viral? Bo Burnham was early to this and somehow has maintained a level head. Or not. I don't know. But he's good at what he does. Then it kind of became like the next era of it was like, hey, you can actually use this to create the type of stuff that you'd have to wait for Hollywood to create, but now you don't have to wait. And then was kind of the era of like, hey, we're online entertainers, like, fuck the industry. Hey, we don't need the industry. Hey, fuck Hollywood, and don't clip that because I'm in a show. I love Hollywood now. Love it. It's great. Best place. But for a time, it was like the antithetical. It was like, dude, fuck the entertainment industry. This is freedom. This is independent art. Truly independent. Yes, that's good. To the people. Worth something. Independent art. Let's go. Fuck the man. Fuck the man. And it felt like that. But eventually, we all trying to fucking get that money, dog. We all trying to get that money. And so now what it is it's honestly, it's just kind of become a feeder system for general Hollywood. Now you see shows, and it's honestly people who are online and people who are in shows are trying to get online because you can't really trust Hollywood because it's all finicky. You need to have 9 to 12 to 14 to 16 to 17, 18, 19, 20 irons in the fire if you don't want to lose your goddamn mind in this business because you can't really trust one thing at any one time. But the spirit of independent to the people, we're going to cut through the bullshit. That's kind of what it's built on. Whether it's comedians who are like, I want to be able to say what I want to say, or it's news programs who are like, we don't want to be beholden to corporate interests. Because guess what? CNN is taking money from Big Pharma. Fox is taking money from big fucking disaster relief supplement gold fucking shit. Fox is taking money from areyoubouttodie.com. Here's one thing to buy before you do. So they're all taking money from special interests. And the internet, the idea was like, dude, but here is where we're free of that. We're fucking free thinkers. We're going to speak our mind. And what we've realized is that is not true. The whole thing has been fully infiltrated. A little bit, yes, definitely by supplements and some of the shit that people are selling you crap, and also by dark money. It's here. It's everywhere. There are people who are making money who are talking about sticking it to the man, sticking it to the legacy media that are in the same back rooms with different special interests because special interests fund everything. Because if you want to be an artist and speak to the people and not be poor, you're going to get your money from somewhere. And you're going to be selling people bullshit in some way. So pay attention to the shit that people sell you because it will tell you a little bit about them. A little bit about them. And sometimes not that much. Sometimes what it'll just tell you is, I don't fucking know. I don't care what this is. I will just sell it because who cares? Like, again, I'm being honest because I don't have any ads on this show, but I'm not saying that that's never going to happen. I'm going to be sitting here like, dude, hats.com is the only place I go to buy my hats. And you know me, I'm a guy who likes hats. Much like anyone else, I'm a man who likes hats. So I go to hats.com. 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 And I hope that's not that probably is a real site. And I just gave them free game and I didn't even mean to. And who knows, they could be trafficking children. How can you even keep anything straight anymore? You got no idea who runs hats.com. They're pedophiles. I don't know that. Again, this is sad. I don't know. This is a riff. The point is that the idea that independent is not true. And even when it is independent, you don't know when it stops being independent. And all the shit that you're being sold a lot of the time is fucking crap. It's bullshit. Now, we bring this into the political realm, yes, in terms of where you get your information and podcasts and things like this. You should look at the type of stuff they're trying to sell you or what they actually do. There are some people that are really independent and never take ads or whatever. And I'm not even saying all ads are bad. Again, I'm going to take them. I want them. Fucking let me sell you shit. What I'm saying is we've reached the point where even though we're all busy, and I know we're all tired, it is your responsibility. It just is. You're a big boy or girl. You're a big boy or girl or whatever. And your dumb bitch era is over. I supported it 20 minutes ago. 15 minutes ago, doesn't matter. But it needs to end. Because it is very important to understand when you're being sold bullshit. And I don't think we're doing a good job of it in this country. And I think that the president is the prime example. It always is. He's an idiot selling dumb shit to dumb people, and it's gotten out of control. It's gotten way out of control. The corruption, and I can talk about it on every episode. I know it's not sexy. I know it's boring, but it's crazy. It is diabolical. There's a guy who does this. He does an interesting thing on the internet where he does visualizations and he shows you with cups. I'm going to plug in a little bit of his analysis of the Trump corruption thing right now. Boom, look at it.
Every cup that you're looking at is $10 million. And this small stack over here to start with, this is a representation of a full century of U.S. presidents' personal wealth growth while they were in office. We're talking Coolidge, Eisenhower, Kennedy, Reagan, Bush, Biden, all of them except one. 4 cups, roughly $40 million in total, and that's what all the modern presidents combined gained while serving over an entire century. Total, not per president. Now shift your eyes to this monstrosity. 1 year, 1 president, same cups, same scale. 1 century versus 1 year. Not opinion, it's visual math, and your eyes are doing it in real time. So take a good look. All of the presidents, including successful business owners, over here, 100 years versus less than a 1-year period of wealth accumulation for 1 president. Donating a salary is just a headline. It doesn't offset the billions quietly being accumulated elsewhere. If you're telling yourself it's because he's a good businessman, then ask one question. If nearly 50 years in business didn't produce anything close to this, but 1 year in public office did, that's not skill. That's corruption. Nothing you can say can explain this. And if you're at the point where you say, I don't care, I'm not changing, then you own it. And this is what it looks like to sell out America and call yourself a patriot. I hope you learned something. I'm always rooting for you.
And so the point of that, the point of me bringing that up, is that the ultimate seller of bullshit is running the country in a manner where he can scam even further. And that is our fault. And it's okay. And this is where, look, I didn't fucking vote for him, so it's not exactly my fault. But I mean, like, as a country, as a collective, as a people, and I can consider us as a people. Well, I'm here to unify us. Okay? I'm here to unify us as a group. I'm not here to divide. He will not divide us. That's what Shia LaBeouf said. He will not divide us. So as a group, and if we're going to take responsibility for it as a group, and I don't have a lot in common sometimes with the people who stormed the Capitol, but as a group, let's take responsibility, and let's try to fact check things when they seem a little too good to be true. When someone is paying to tell you something, it's probably because it's worth their money to do so. Now, again, business is good. I'm staying in a hotel. This hotel probably advertises. I want people to come to my show. I pay money to advertise. I'm not saying it's all bullshit, but a lot of it is. And it's on you to pay attention to it. And this is not a groundbreaking comment. We've always known that people are selling you shit. We've had commercials forever and blah, blah, blah. But we've stopped regulating anything. And in addition to that, we've made you deal with more and more and more of it. So it's gotten more challenging. It's actually become like a more important part of your life to pay attention to it during a time when you have the least amount of time possible to pay attention to it. Because now that we have computers and shit, we could be working 10, 12 hours a day and be expected to respond to everything. I don't have time to fact check shit. In addition to the fact that I open my phone, I go to do one thing, I get sidetracked by 12 other videos. Next thing I know, I'm in a rabbit hole, learn about some dumb shit I didn't fucking mean to. Then all of a sudden, every goddamn next thing is like, do you want to win money? Do you want to fucking gamble? Blah, 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 blah. You want this? You want that? Do you want to be jacked? Do you want to be hot? Yeah, I do. Yeah, I'd love to be fucking shrouded and rich. And I'd like that tomorrow. So if I can spend $20 and something can show up at my house that gets me closer to that, sign Papa up. Problem is, probably doesn't work. So the information gap is a problem right now. And I think that people understand this, because there's so much information going around, because there's so much bullshit going around, it makes it impossible for people to care about anything. So we're constantly getting fed bullshit, and you just end up being like, fine, here are the one or two people I trust, I'll just listen to them. And so some people are listening to these people, some people are listening to these people, they're getting completely different information. And that's why I could bring up, I could go to someone who voted for Trump, and I could be like, hey, do you think Hunter Biden's corrupt? And they'd be like, yeah, he is. And I'd be like, well, first of all, we stand Hunty B on the pod, you fucking bitch. Don't come at the king like that. Second of all, why? Oh, he did some shit in Ukraine. Should we talk about Trump's children? What do you mean? They're good businessmen. Are they? Are they good businessmen? Are they good businessmen? Because I find that interesting. Here's a tweet that kind of explains it. Because the Trump boys have been on a heater. They're on a heater. They recently just got a government contract for a defense company that builds drones. So the government, dad's government, says, let's have my sons build the drones. Let's give them $1 billion contract. That's one of the companies. In addition to, the president's sons are on a heater. Their company plans to go public after securing up to $1.6 billion in U.S. government support. Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump bought into Skyline Builders in August 2025 for an undisclosed amount. Skyline Builders is a construction group that does general contracting, construction management, and exterior restoration work. They added to their Skyline position October 28th. Skyline just merged on April 30th into a tungsten company out of Kazakhstan, I believe, tied to up to $1.6 billion in U.S. government support. And that company is about to go public, so you can trade on it. And whether or not you want to trade on it, you could also bet on it, because Don Jr. is on the boards of both Polymarket and Kalshi. Now, what does he do for these companies? They've actually asked the owners of the company, what does he actually do as a board member? What does he actually do? Oh, nothing. Okay, good. So now you're being sold bullshit from the most corrupt group in the history of the world, and there's so much going on, you don't really have time to care about it, and nothing can really punch through in the public dialogue. So how the fuck are you supposed to get dry, boring information through, when if you really want to punch through, it has to be so fucking clickbaity? Like this episode is really the underlying thesis is a little dry. The underlying thesis is when you're getting your information, probably check a few different sources, whether that be about your own health or whether that be about politics or whatever someone's trying to sell you, you should probably check it a few different ways. And maybe this is actually one good use of AI. You can kind of use it to create a comparative background. I actually think that is a good use of it. But if I want it to punch through, it literally needs to be the supplement companies are giving you nut cancer. And your balls are never going to work again. And that's funded by Don Jr. Right? That's what you need to. And the funny thing about that is there are people with platforms that are listened to that are saying that shit. And I do think that's something that the Republicans always did a better job of. The Alex Jones of the the concept for Republic, even the ones that are being critical of Trump, is okay, yeah, maybe he's sold out, and maybe he maybe he's been corrupt. They honestly don't even say that. They just don't. But it'll just be oh, maybe the war was bad or whatever. But the second there's an actual Democrat running against him, they'll be he's a pedophile. And it's well, actually, Trump. Anyway, I'm not saying that the answer to this is to get more and more ridiculous and hyperbolic just to cut through, even if you don't mean it, so that you can grift harder, so that you can sell more supplements, so that you can trick more people, so that you can get your people into the office. I actually think, because I have to, otherwise I'd blow my brains out, that a better thing to do is like try to be honest and try to be authentic and try to be earnest and just kind of like put yourself out there to the world, and like your people will find you. Your people will find you, and you will also find companies that you could work with that you actually believe in and that you actually trust, and you can actually operate ethically, and you should, because if you don't, then no matter how rich or how successful you get, knowing that you partially ruined the country and don't even really care about yourself or think you're a piece of shit, then whether or not you lie on your deathbed and be like, man, fuck me, I hate me, and I want to kill myself anyway. And you can look at it. You see a lot of these people. You look at a guy like Roger Ailes, who, yes, very successful, but look at him. He's a ghoul. He's a freak. He knows it. He's like the goddamn thing in Mad Max that's sitting there dipped in fucking oil. He's a disgusting creep because he hates himself, because he knows it. And that's why he rapes women, allegedly. Or at least sexually assaults them. It's because of all his self-loathing. Because he didn't do it right, even if he won. And I do think, and I do hope, maybe there's a way, maybe there's a time for some people with some level of intelligence, some level of intellect, some level of integrity. Maybe there's a way for those people to be the people who end up taking back some market share in the media, some market share in politics, some stake in moving the country back the right direction. But strategically, it's fucking kind of dumb. It's kind of dumb. Strategically, the best thing you can do is just fucking pop off at the mouth and be really entertaining and create a rabid fan base that honestly hates your enemy more than they even like you, and create an entire ecosystem where all that fucking matters is that those people are loyal to you and that they hate the fucking ops and they rally around the flag. And those people, those are the people that you can sell anything to. You can launch a bullshit crypto token. They'll buy it. You can be as corrupt as you've ever been. They'll go along with it. You can even go against every single principle they claim to care about. But the second the ops pop up, you can just say, fuck that, and they'll ride with you. And that is strategically interesting. But at what fucking cost? Do you really want to spend your life selling people shit, bullshit, just to win? I don't think so. But again, I'm really open to any sponsors. So that's it for today. It's a short one. It's a little late. We had to get it out. I just wanted to let you know a little bit about what's going on. And I think the people who listen to this are smart. You know this, but it's a reminder. It's a reminder to be careful. Because the real way that we've always learned about things, artists we like, podcasts we like, tell a friend, is like word of mouth. Oh, I heard that's great. Oh, I heard that person's awesome. Oh, I heard this. Oh, I heard that. That's how you punch through, is having a moment where it's, oh, I heard that's good. But when you have someone in your ear 8 hours a day talking to you, telling you what's up, and mixing into the middle of that, hey, here, this is good, you might get got a couple times. You might get got. There are all sorts of people selling you a life that you want. But it's like that thing where it's like you see that life where it's like, damn, I want that. I want that. How do I get that? And they're like, let me tell you how to get it. I'm selling something. And that is something that they did not use to get that life. They had that life. And then that product said, we're a good fit. Sell this to people as how you got that life. We know it's not. We know it's not. If something seems too good to be true, it likely is. It's easy. We all fall for this. We all fall for it. I was hanging out with a friend of mine, I won't say who, just got on Retta 2 I don't know what it is. Retta 2 It sounds like a fucking reggae band. Big up Podda 1 2 Retta 2 coming down, slinging poo, 420 every day. Retta on the boy, you know he ain't gay. Ja love. But in fact, it's a peptide or something, and it's like Ozempic, but it makes you skinny. It's like GLP-3, right? And I've always had this stand on this. I talked about it in my stand-up special, Joe Avery Live in San Francisco. Go like it. Who says you don't get good shit for free? I give it to you. I talk about Ozempic there. I've talked about it on the pod where I'm like, obviously, I get it. Like, we all want to be fucking hot and shit, boy. Fuck. But like there are weird things about it. Like it ruins people's desire to do fun things. Like obviously it cuts down drinking. That can be good. Cuts down eating. That can be good. Some people it's like we don't even want to have sex anymore. Good or bad, depending on where you're at in there. It can change you, but we don't really know long term what's going to happen. Are your eyes going to fall out? People are having some gut issues. It's very experimental. You're injecting something into your system that was for diabetes. And while I've had all these concerns, hanging out with someone who was on it for 2 days, and I was with a group of men, all men, not traditionally anorexic. Every single one of us was like, I might have to cop. I might have to try some of that. No research, just vibes. Just surrounding, just being around it, just feeling it, just being like, oh yeah, okay, fine, fuck it, maybe I'll get on it too. I'm not gonna let people get ahead of me. I can't let people get ahead of me in this game. You will not be skinnier, hotter, richer, more successful, happier, more well-read, more well-traveled. Know more about food. You will not! I refuse. So I, too, will do the random chemical that might make me blind. Because I want to be up on Instagram stories looking hot. I'm not even single. And I'm still like, yeah, you want to look nice. So why don't we inject some experimental bullshit into our body? Here's the problem, okay? Here's the problem that we all face, and I face this too. It's a war between vibes and information. And information is gay, and I don't mean that. Being gay is awesome, right? But information is not going to beat vibes. And I'm a vibes guy. It's what I do. I love vibes. I want the vibes up. That's why I fucking drink. You think I drink because the information is good? The information on alcohol is not good. The vibes are through the fucking roof. Fucking roof. And now we all get our information from vibes. That could be your entertainment podcasts. It could be it could be, you could even be, if I'm watching the news, okay? Well, I'm going to go watch my Walter Cronkite. Well, he's not there anymore. You get Jesse Waters lying to you, and you're going to like it, and you're going to eat that up, you little fucking piggy. In a world where vibes are masquerading as entertainment, as information, I should say, as information. In a world where vibes are masquerading as information, it's hard to get your information right. It's hard to keep it straight. But in a world-dominant country that sets the tone for the entire globe, that is running around, still, don't forget, blowing up random boats in the Caribbean for no reason, statistically. Boring information. Again, vibes-wise, it's like drugs are bad. Reality-wise, it's like blowing up random fucking Colombian fishermen and then saying it's helped drug overdoses go down when they are not the ones sending fentanyl, and a lot of them were just fishing. No due process. We're still doing that. Okay? We're in Iran. For what reason? To open up the strait? It was open. To negotiate a deal that Obama had already negotiated. The point is, whether it be your own life or whether it be this very ridiculous country of ours, and it is ours, it does belong to us, okay? Don't get too discouraged to not consider fighting special interests. As hard as it is important to try to do the boring work to know what's actually going on. Which is why today's sponsor of the show is the Joey Avery Patreon, folks, where all the good information lays. I'm kidding. Look, here it is. You get the point. I've gone on about it long enough. Pay attention to things. Understand people are trying to sell you bullshit. Don't be a sucker. There's a new one born every day. Doesn't have to be a you. You can unborn that sucker out of you. Because guess what? We were okay with it for a period of time. We support it. We support your dumb bitch era. Do your thing. But it's time to grow up as a person, as an individual, as a goddamn nation, okay? We will not be fooled again. You fool me once, shame on who knows. But you ain't gonna fucking fool us again, folks. And that's why you listen to this show. We are learned individuals, we cut to the heart of the truth, and we give you that real-ass shit. That's going to be it. We got to be quick on the main ep today, and I'm going to pop over to Patreon, and I'm going to tell some stories from the Netflix Fest. It was a pretty crazy week for me. Very fun. Met some awesome people. Had an awesome time. Really fun run. Denver with Schultz, Netflix Fest. Really cool. I'll tell some stories over on Patreon and answer any questions that you guys have. Otherwise, please check me out on tour, joeyavery.com. We in Calgary right now. We got Florida coming up next week. Naples, Dania Beach, a bunch more dates at joeyavery.com. I'll see you next week. Peace. Thank God I have a podcast.